only thing I know. My family and me love them, yeah, for sure.
What's good, YouTube? Independent TV, and I'm back with another reaction video for y'all, my people. We got Wack 100 and Adam 22 on No Jumper talking about the Freeway Ricky Ross situation a little bit more. And basically, people, they brought some paperwork and they reading it. So let's see what they talking about, my people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, my people. Let's go.
Respect for him.
Okay.
I had to flip on him yesterday. He got out of line yesterday.
So not on Vlad. Like you guys subsequently were talking about it?
I think 600 recorded this shit. Is up on his page.
Okay.
600 recorded. Because he said some weird shit. He said, yeah, I see you're getting the pressure. My Zoe boys saw you in Miami and chased you down and you ran to the cops. I said, where? Miami. Nigga, I wasn't in no motherfucker. Miami.
Wait, that's what 600 said about
this
you?
is what Freeway Rick said.
Oh, okay.
I said, bro, you got to be the biggest boat. Now they got Wack sightings in Miami. I ain't been to Miami since I did the Danza shit. That got to be, what, that Memorial Day or whatever that was? A couple months, right? Yeah. We've been working this building and doing shit around here so much. So but Freeway Rick, he's harmless. He was never known for being like one of those dudes. But the crazy part about it, you know me, bro. I was real passive with dude. Now, this is what's weird. What's weird is I've always defended Freeway. If you Google Freeway Rick, snitch on police, it pops up. Wack 100 has always defended this. I don't care about that. We were running content, I believe, on the YouTube, the 100 Show channel on Big Meech. At the end of it, this is what's weird. Loose cannon. Right? Says Freeway Rick's a snitch too. I say, bro, Freeway Rick ain't told on nobody. That's the police. I don't count that. Nah, he told on some dudes out of Ohio and some this, that. I said, you ain't got to work. I got it. He sends it. When he sends it to me, I read it because we're all on the stream yard. It's like 10 of us, right? This is the first I ever heard of this, right? Because it's Freeway. I didn't even dig into it. I did some bitch ass shit. I did some selective politicking things. It been people on Clubhouse wanting to expose Freeway and I wouldn't let it happen, right? So now I see Loose Cannon calls Freeway the other day. I see what Wack punk ass did to you. That ain't right. Bozo, you the one alerted us to the paperwork. You was the one I was battling against. He didn't. You're the one sent us. I had never in my life knew about Ohio, right? We got the clip. I'm just waiting to expose it, right? So I had this call on the expose. I'm like, Rick, I let it go. Nah, man, if you say it, where it's at. Ain't nothing that ever says that, this, that. I let it go. He called my bluff on Vlad. I'm a man with an ego. It's a lot of people looking. So we sent him his paperwork.
And how's the paperwork looking?
Oh, you want it? I sent it to you.
But give me the gist of it. I'm not going to sit around reading Freeway Rick's paperwork all day.
Freeway Rick got out, and he went to Texas and got out of Texas. And for whatever reason, he contacted his plug again. His plug made contact with him. Okay. And needed him to move some shit. And Freeway Rick seen the profit margin was making, it was significant, a significant amount. So he starts doing it. And then they hook him up with somebody in New York. Right? Somewhere in there, he gets busted. So he tells on the plug, he tells on the other people in the operation, these aren't LAPD.
You're saying this is all in his paperwork, clear as day. Like there's no debate to be had.
There's no motherfucking debate. Ain't no debate. You go, I put it in my story. You go to section 3, defense is clear as day. You go to section 3. Is going to say defense and shit. He's telling it. It's a nice little paragraph, but section 3 defense, and that's what it is. So we talked to him yesterday. He said, I don't care, man. Section 3 defense. Right there.
So when I'm in a meeting, I just open this app called Echo, hit record, and forget about it.
Here, brother. If you read going down, you're going to see he's telling.
In the defense case, Ross's attorney called Los Angeles Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Emick, the prosecutor in the Big Spender trial, and elicited testimony about the nature of the case and the extent of Ross's cooperation. Ross's defense, however, focused on a claim of entrapment. Dr. Melvin Bouquet, Ross's former tennis coach, testified that Ross had complained that someone was harassing him to do a drug deal despite Ross's protest that he was no longer involved in the drug trade and he had gone straight. James Gallipeau, a Los Angeles probation officer who had worked with Ross on anti-gang projects, testified that Ross was addicted to the drug business and was very vulnerable after he was released from jail. Ross's girlfriend, Marilyn Stubblefield, testified that Blandon and his wife had made frequent calls to Ross. Oh, okay.
Keep reading. He's going to tell.
Ross testified on his own behalf and told of his story in the drug trade. He testified that his business had grown rapidly once Blandon began to supply him cocaine at a low price. Ross said that he and Blandon became friends as Blandon taught him about the drug trade. Ross testified that he tried to get out of the drug business after his run-in with the corrupt officers in Los Angeles, but Blandon kept trying to pull him back in. Ross said that he always did what Blandon wanted him to do because he was De Niro, you know? He was like, my God, my number one person. I wanted to be De Niro. Ross testified that Blandon was still involved in the drug trade after he moved back to Miami, and that both Ross and his partner Ollie Newell negotiated drug deals with Blandon there. Ross testified that even after he moved to Cincinnati to get out of the drug business, Blandon kept pulling him back in. After Ross moved back to Los Angeles from Cincinnati, he tried to stay away from drugs and follow his dream of working on a performance theater for youth in the neighborhood, but instead he found himself arrested in the Ohio charges. When he was released from prison in Texas, he was working as a garbage hauler, trying to earn money to pursue his dream of organizing community theater, but Blandon contacted him and asked him to call Blandon collect in Nicaragua from a payphone. When Ross called Blandon told him that Tony had stolen money from Blandon and that Blandon needed Ross to help him to earn money back. Ross testified that he repeatedly told Blandon that he did not want to be involved in drugs, but he nevertheless maintained contact with Blandon because he wanted to sell Blandon a car. Ross said that he asked about the price of drugs in the tape recorded conversation because it was just a habit to ask. Although he had no desire or ability to conduct a drug transaction, Ross testified that he was in the palm of Blandon's hand. I was like his puppet. You could pick me up. You know, he could tell me to do almost anything. I would have done it for him. Ross said that Blandon had asked Ross to kill someone for him before, but that Ross had refused because he had strong feelings about killing people. Got to give it to him on that.
He telling about him trying to get him to do a murder. Keep talking. That's
Okay.
one telling.
Okay.
No, some more.
I gotta keep reading?
Yeah, just a little more. The good part's coming.
By the way, this is the kind of dude, just for the record, he has his Threads notifications on.
I don't know what that is.
Threads is like the Twitter clone that Instagram started. That I didn't know anyone had their notifications on.
I don't know what that is.
Ross stated that he had not participated in the negotiations between Chris and Blandon, but had merely been present. Finally, Ross testified that he agreed to do the drug deal with Blandon because Leroy Brown was lending Ross money for his community theater and had promised to forgive the loan if Ross introduced him to Blandon. Ross testified that he had never intended to engage in drug dealing until Blandon started calling him. Yeah, and then this next part is conviction and sentence.
Yeah, okay, no, just the 3-part, right?
Okay.
So he tells on the whole operation. This is some more paperwork too.
So this was after he got out of prison.
You read it?
He did what, like 20 years?
Whatever.
Then he gets out, trying to live a straight life. Somebody starts trying to wrap him back up into the game.
I don't know, whatever it is. What I told him is, what I read prior to, that had nothing to do with telling on police. That ain't the LAPD. I don't care about Ross telling on LAPD. And, you know, at the end of the day, everybody knows, you know me. I know you was like, okay, Wack's about to flip. Mm-hmm. I had a little respect for Freeway Rick, right? He was a hustler. I don't really see dude as no violent dude like that, cool or whatever, right? But he made me. He like, once you tell me you're lying, you never read that, at that point, right? I gotta go get it. Because then I would be in violation. Mm-hmm. Now they can say, well, Freeway, Wack didn't just make it up. Now, Freeway, you said a dude in Miami said he chased me 2 days ago and I ran to the police in Miami. Until I hear that come out that man's mouth, I got to take it like you made that up. We in the same situation. I showed you where mine came from. You told me it's 600 yesterday. Y'all got me. I don't care. Cool.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I call 600 right now.
Because I don't really feel like Freeway Rick's image is going to really be affected that much by because he didn't snitch on his original case, right? They're just saying that he snitched on after he was.
I just told you 7-8 months ago, Loose Cannon exposed this to us. We knew nothing about it.
Okay.
If I was on some BS with Freeway, you knew right then I would have went to digging. I ignored it. R&B was running the board that day. She does the stream art shit. I ignored it. I didn't even want to talk about it. Vlad asked me, and I'm like, nah, bro, there's some more to that. And I guess Vlad, he brought it up to him, and then they FaceTime me. But, I didn't want to go up. It's just, Freeway he always been all right with me, bro. But all y'all out there selective politic, and this is why I tell y'all the streets is a myth. I got dudes want to get mad and say, why Wack do Freeway like that? Hey, bro.
If you can't take a good picture, then you need this AI app. Just snap a photo, then the app perfectly removes the background. After that, the AI creates fresh background options. With this app, you'll never take a bad picture again because all of these were created with AI. Don't take
a rat is a rat. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you are still cool with that rat, or you want to do business with that rat, that's your business. Me personally, when I want to do 6ix9ine, I told the world I'm doing business with 6ix9ine. Yes, he's a rat. Just own it, but don't get mad at the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, all y'all call yourself line pushers, all y'all have been involved in the conversation or the action happening to a rat.
So you don't think there's anything that Freeway Rick could say when he confronts that paperwork? There's no way out.
I sent it to him yesterday and called him. He said, y'all got me on file on the internet. Y'all got me, but fuck it, I don't care.
You sure he wasn't being sarcastic?
Hell no,
y'all got me.
No, he said, y'all got it. He's like, Freeway never denied it. He just said, you can't get the paperwork. The exposers, Prince, shout out to Prince from Brooklyn. He's the one that went and did the digging and got that. And he got more. I'm just chilling. Hopefully Freeway Rick kick back because I got some more that says some more, even more crazy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to get no brownie points off Freeway. Freeway's a humble dude. You really can't do nothing to him. He's an older dude. I called him on the shit. I don't celebrate drug dealers. You do 20 years for selling dope, you get out thinking you're going to get a Nelson Mandela parade. Nah, nigga, you destroyed our community.
Okay, but this is hip hop. We gotta celebrate drug dealers.
No.
It's part of the culture.
Nah.
We do.
Nah.
No, we do though.
Nah, there's not.
You can act like you don't like it, but we do.
I think because I've never been a drug dealer.
Well, Jay-Z has all these bombastic drug selling stories, Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, really some of the biggest rappers of our
I get that,
history.
But what I'm saying is, you come home and he says to me on Vlad, I got a name. You got a name for selling drugs.
Right.
See, Gucci Mane them or Jay-Z them got a name for being rappers. Right?
Yeah.
Rappers. You got a name for selling drugs, nothing else. Now, if you want to celebrate something, celebrate how you got out, found a way, whatever it was, to take care of yourself without selling drugs. I will applaud you for that. But I'm not giving you no credit. Big Meech for BMF should thank 50 because what he can beat his chest about is he turned that into a real business situation and it helped his son get on. So I give him that. But the overall thing, this idiot tried to tell me crack didn't affect the babies.
Wait, really?
Did you hear that?
No.
He said a pregnant mother smoking crack didn't affect the babies. They showed y'all alcohol babies on the camera, not crack. Are you dumb?
But alcohol and crack probably both have very
both. But what I'm
negative
saying
impacts.
is he tried to debate with me that a pregnant mother smoking crack did not affect the child.
I don't know how you justify that.
Because dude probably got about a 8th grade education.
Right.
A lot of dudes from the streets left school and went to hustling. A lot of people. Right? And for him to understand and believe that, he's still trying to justify his wrong. They could just own it. That's it.
Man, I like Rick, so hopefully he's got a good alibi associated with all this.
He don't. He just need to be who he is because the bottom line is The people that deal with him gonna deal with him. The youngsters that don't know him don't know him.
But is his excuse going to be like, I didn't take part in this criminal conspiracy. They just asked me to, and I said no.
No, because he told on the plug in New York, the dude in Miami, and dudes in Ohio.
So these are people that he actually did do business
He told on him. He did business with him. And his whole thing was, they forced me to do the business. Man, you don't tell nobody, dude, asked me to have somebody killed.
Right.
Like, nigga, what is you talking about? It's just real. So, look, if you fuck with Rick, I still fuck with Rick, but he use a rat. So, you know, I don't deal drugs, but if I was like into that lane, I would know not to have them discussions or anything around him, period.
Well, there you have it, my people. That's Wack right there, and Adam 22 discussing that Freeway Ricky Ross situation. And my people, listen, man, ratting is ratting. You know what I mean? If that paperwork is real, and what they read right there, that's telling. Like, you really can't justify that unless the person you're talking about was a cop or undercover agent too, or whatever. And you know, that he is also a cop, and they don't know. But I really want to hear what Ross got to say about what Freeway got to say about this too. Like, you know, cause I know he was saying on Vlad that they couldn't get the paperwork. He was like, where they gonna get the paperwork from? Where he sounded like he really wanted to know where they gonna pull it up from, but he wasn't saying nothing. Like, I ain't tell on when he mentioned and Wack mentioned the name to him, he ain't really say I ain't tell on bro nothing. So I want to see what it is, man, because I don't know. Another thing is Wack be holding these information, like, for what reason? I feel like probably when he runs out of content, you know what I mean? And when content's slow or whatever and they need some content, they start dropping these shits that they already know whether it's true or not. But you know what I mean? I want to see what's bro reply gonna be, what he got to say about the situation, because yeah, man, niggas don't be letting none of these niggas slide. It's like Wack hates seeing all these whatever coming out and getting celebrated. It's like, it don't matter who it is, he gonna dig up some paperwork soon as they come out. My thing is, why they don't be looking for dirt on certain individuals before they come out of jail and expose them while they in the pen? But let me know what y'all think in the comment, my people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Loyalty the only thing I know. My family, yeah, me love them, yeah, for sure.